Okay guys, welcome to another one of my videos, another one of the Organized Adult videos. Today is Friday, so that means that we're going to be talking about something time management, organization, planner related, something like that of my choosing. So today, obviously you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking to you about my 2016 goals, which, at the beginning of every year, people, they make a lot of New Year's resolutions, they make a lot of goals. I, for one, believe that you can set goals and set things that you want to do any time of the year, but I know a lot of people like to get on the New Year's resolutions bandwagon, and I don't think that's such a terrible thing. I mean, if people need an excuse to make new goals for themselves and think about their life and reevaluate their life in a positive way, then let it be a New Year's resolution. I don't really care. So I thought first I would talk about why is it important to even have goals. Well, for me, I use goals as just a way to kind of set up my year of what I think I want to accomplish or what I think I want to do or who I think I want to be by the time January 2017 rolls around. And, I don't stick to these goals like hard and fast. Like, my year wasn't a failure if I didn't accomplish every single one of my goals. But at the same time, like, they're definitely really good markers for things that I want to accomplish in general. And, I set them myself. So they're things that are really applicable to my life, things that I want to do. They're not forced upon me. They're things that I would like to accomplish so that I can better myself and, better my life, etc. So how do I organize my 2016 goals? Well, I do this through an app called Evernote. It's an app, it's a computer application, whatever. And you can use it on both Macs, PCs, whatever, your iPhone, any sort of phone, where you can create notebooks, like basically like digital notebooks. And within those notebooks, you can have, individual notes, just like you would. If you're a college student taking classes, you would have a notebook, and inside those notebooks, you would have notes. Same thing with Evernote. So I have a personal notebook, and in that personal notebook, I just have a note every year of the goals, of my goals for that year. So it's just labeled 2016 goals. And I'm going to go through those goals with you today. I have 9 of them, which if you're OCD, you're probably like, why don't you have 10? But I only have 9. I can't force myself to have another goal if I don't have it. And a big thing that I want to point out is that when I make these goals at the beginning of the year, my focus is immediately on these goals. Like, I want to be working on these goals for the next 3 months. Like, I'm not putting these off. I'm not making a goal that I want to start in May or something. Like, I am starting these goals today because otherwise what's the point of making them? And then, in a couple months I'll revisit them and say, is that goal working for me? Is that goal working for me? And I'll add or delete or whatever, the goals that apply to my life or don't apply to my life or whatever. I'll make changes throughout the year because that's realistic. Whereas, if I make a goal in January and July rolls around and, what if my life has changed? What if my needs have changed? What if my goals have changed, So I like to, visit these goals about every 3 months. And I, try to focus in on how am I going to get these things accomplished over the next 3 months. So I guess a better title for this video would have been like January to March 2016 goals, but that doesn't really look good on YouTube. But so let's start with my goals. So my first goal, and if I'm looking down, it's because I'm literally looking at my list of goals here. My first goal for 2016 is to keep up Weight Watchers. Everybody always makes a weight loss goal or an exercise goal or something like that at the start of the new year, and I'm no different. I started Weight Watchers November of last year. I know, right before the holidays. Great decision on my part. Not. And so basically what that entails for me is I am a member that goes to meetings. I do like the tracker online on my phone, and then I also do meetings. So for me, that means tracking every day what I eat, which is, once I get into the habit of it, it becomes easy, but like until I get into the habit of it, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to track. Oh yeah, I have to track. And then like sometimes like I'll go over my limit and I'm like, why even bother tracking? So it's like getting myself in the mindset of like, I need to track, I need to have a limit on my food, I need to, control my portions, things like that. And that Weight Watchers allows me to do that. That's what I like about it. And then, and I'll probably do a whole video on Weight Watchers at some point, but, and then the other thing that it entails is going to my weekly meeting. Right now I'm home from college in Central Mass, whereas I go to college in the Boston area, so about 45 minutes away. So I'm going to a different meeting group right now just because it's closer to home. But I'll go back to my normal meeting group once I go back to school in a week. Oh, I only have a week left of vacation. But, so yeah, I'll go back to my normal meeting group, and it meets once a week. It's like a half an hour to 45 minutes. And I really like it. It's really like rejuvenating, and I don't know, it like gets me motivated to like get into a room and like talk to other people that are going through the same thing as you are, as opposed to like trying to go through weight loss alone. I don't know, I think it like makes a big difference to me anyway. So that was goal number 1, was to keep up Weight Watchers, and I'm going to do that through meetings and through tracking. And I have my weight loss goals associated with that, but I feel like those will just come if I just stick with Weight Watchers and just like keep that up and worry about that baby steps. So goal number 2 is to support my people more. And what I mean by my people is like my family, my friends, my pets, like important people in my life. Like I don't think I'm unsupportive, but at the same time, like I don't think I show my support often enough. Like I don't send like a congratulations cards often enough, or I don't, like say like great job, like you're like a really great mother or something to my mom or something. Like I don't know, I don't feel like I make enough like outward showings of, my support or my love for the important people in my life. So I feel like that's something I want to do more. I still haven't really like nailed down like concretely what that means, like how that is gonna come into play in my real life, like what that actually, if that literally means like sending more congratulation cards or thank you cards, or if it means like having like more one-on-one time with people. Like I'm not 100% sure what that is actually gonna look like, but I know it's going to happen in one way or the other because it really needs to, and it's something that I want to do, and it's who I want to be, so I need to make it happen. Goal number 3 is to wake up earlier sometimes to enjoy life more. And I word these goals very carefully because I don't want to set unrealistic expectations for myself. I am not a morning person. I'm not someone that's going to wake up at 5 a.m. to go running 6 days a week. Like, that's just not me. But I am someone that, during my regular school year and the summer and stuff, when I'm not home on Christmas break, I am someone that can wake up early a couple times a week. Like, when I say early, I mean, like, most days at school, I start class, or I start work around 9:45 or 10 o'clock a.m. So if I wasn't going to get up early and work out, or get up early and do anything, I would get up at like 8:30 a.m. So all that really means is getting up at 7:30 a.m., which for a lot of people, that's what they do anyway, what they do every day anyway. So 7:30 a.m. doesn't sound terrible to me. It sounds doable. And so I want to wake up that early a couple times a week, just because I got into the habit at the end of last fall semester, of working out like early in the morning, like working out, from like 7:30 to 8:15. And then that was like so great. It was like so like refreshing, and like it just made my whole day go by so much better, and like I was so much more relaxed and so much happier, because I feel like when you're trying to work out and you have it, your workout scheduled for like in the afternoon or something, it can just like wear on you all day. The fact that, you have that, I have to go to the gym this afternoon. I have to go to the gym this afternoon. Like, whereas if you get it done first thing in the morning, it's like you eat the frog first thing, I think is the saying. Like, you do the worst part of your day. For many people, that's not the worst part of their day. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But for me, that's usually the worst part of my day, is having to go to the gym. So I feel like if I, do the worst part of my day first thing, then my day can only get better from there. And I really found that to be, the truth last semester. So I want to keep that up. I want to get up and at the end of that goal said to enjoy life more. And that's what I mean. Like, I felt like I just enjoyed life so much more when I got up a little bit earlier and did my workout and was just like up. Like, I always think that sleeping in is going to make me happier, but it really doesn't. I mean, it does sometimes, like on like Sundays or something, but it's one of those things where it's like immediate gratification, and then right after I wake up, I like regret it. So I definitely want to get up earlier a couple days a week to enjoy life more. Okay. Goal number 4 is about this channel and this blog is don't give up, organized adult. I have, I think, really realistic expectations for this blog and YouTube channel. I am not expecting to become like a YouTube sensation overnight or anything like that. But frankly, I'm expecting to work at this channel and this blog for a pretty long time before I see any real results from it or any real following from it. I hope that happens sooner. I hope if you're watching this, you'll subscribe and thumbs up and all those things like that. And I hope that you'll visit my blog regularly. But I have really, I think, realistic expectations of, this. And that's why my goal is so, I guess you could say, like, so small, is just not to give it up, because I know me and I know that, like, if I don't get immediate gratification from something, it's going to be really easy for me to give it up. But I just want to stick with this, like, give it time, like, give it the amount of time that I've set out in my head that I'm going to, like, work really hard at this. Like, I don't see this going away anytime soon. Like, I really enjoy this, all that. This is my first week. Like, I obviously don't see it going away anytime soon. So I just want to, like, keep that, keep everything in perspective and just keep, like, the number one goal as far as this channel is, like, just don't give up. Just keep at it, keep being consistent, and, things will happen or they won't or whatever. This is just something that I do for fun right now, and, if it stays that way, great. If it doesn't, great. So, I just don't want to give up organized adult, basically. My next goal, number 5, is to get an organized hobby. And what I mean by that is not necessarily, like, organized, like, like the typical definition of organization. I mean, like, a structured hobby, like something that I go to once a week, or something that I'm, like, a part of, or, something other than just, like, when I feel like it, because I feel like I'm the type of person that needs outside accountability to things, and I won't do things, like, I won't get things done unless someone else is counting on me to be there, or to do it, or, to show up, or whatever. A perfect example of that is Weight Watchers. Like, I go to the meetings because I know that my meeting leader is expecting me to be there, to weigh in and all that stuff. So I feel like if I got a structured hobby, like a pottery class or something like that, which, again, I haven't really completely, like, nailed down what I want that to be, then, I don't know, I feel like I would just be happier, because hobbies are important. Like, in high school, I feel like we do 100 hobbies, like, we're part of 100 organizations, like, we're always doing all this stuff, and in college, too, but, I mean, there's so much more free time in college that I feel like I need to do things that are gonna, like, better me overall, like, not just work out and do my homework and, like, go out and that's it. Like, I need to do things that are gonna make me a little bit different from other people, or are gonna, further me in, like, more interesting ways, and also just, like, do more things that I enjoy. Like, I don't know, I feel like in your 20s, like, the only thing that you're expected to enjoy is, like, going out to bars and clubs and stuff, but there are other things out there. Like, there are other things that, like, we can, like, learn to love, and, or maybe we don't even have to learn to love. Like, there are other things that, are out there that we could easily go do, and I just feel like I've kind of lost touch with, like, the things that I love, and, like, going to things that I love. Like, when I was younger, I used to play a lot of sports, and I did dance and stuff, and those were just things that I loved, and I would just love to be able to get back into something like that. So I definitely want to get a structured hobby. Okay, so number 6 is don't let school or work dominate my life all of the time. Again, a realistic expectation. I know that at some points of the semester that school / organized adult are going to dominate my life. Like, I know that that's just going to happen because midterms happen, finals happen, a ton of things are due at the same time. I've set a schedule for myself with organized adult that I want to upkeep, or keep up, whatever, that I want to keep up. So I know that sometimes school and work are going to, like, dominate my life. And, I have other like I said, like, this is just a hobby right now. And I have, like, jobs that I do along with being a full-time student. So I know that life is going to get super crazy sometimes, but at other times when life isn't super crazy, I want to like appreciate that and take advantage of having, you know, like a whole Saturday off, or having, you know, all that time to just like do whatever I want. And I'm like, it's important to like get out of your dorm room and like go and like live your life and do like entertaining, fun things that, you know, I know that I want to do, but sometimes I don't always make the time for. So I don't want to let work or school dominate my life all of the time, especially this semester and this upcoming summer. You know, I plan to work full time this upcoming summer. So when I'm not working, I want to really like appreciate that time. All right, number 7 is do something for me once a week on average. Again, a realistic goal. I don't want to like pressure myself that, oh my God, Delaney, like you missed a week of not doing something for yourself, like you're a failure. Like on average, once a week, maybe it's every other week, you know, maybe it's like twice a week, maybe, you know, on average, once a week do for something for myself. And I really like the idea of getting a massage, maybe not once a week because I am a college student and that can get expensive, but maybe like, I don't know, like once a month, that would be something I could do for myself. And then maybe just like go to like a new place and like take a walk and listen to a podcast, or like, you know, get my nails done, or, you know, like if I get when I get an organized hobby, like that could be something I do for myself. Like I just want to be able to do something that is like strictly for me, about me, that I 100% enjoy, like once a week on average. And I feel like it sounds super simple and like something I should already be doing, but it's kind of crazy how like life gets away from you, and how, you know, it becomes really easy to just like not take care of yourself. And, you know, and I think that's where a lot of like my like overeating tendencies and stuff like that come into play, because I would see food as like a way to take care of myself, whereas really like that's not food's purpose. It's supposed to be nourishing and all those things, and, you know, fuel for your body. So I feel like if I took care of myself in other ways that didn't involve food, like once a week on average, then I don't know, I think it could be like really good for me. So that's something that I definitely want to do. Okay, number 8 is to do a monthly check-in, health, happiness, work, and school. And this kind of ties into, you know, the doing something for yourself once a week thing, where like once a month, I just want to sit down with like a journal or, you know, something else, my planner, whatever, and just kind of like go over the past month and just think about like what I accomplished, like what I wish I had accomplished, like how I felt, how I wish I had felt, what I ate, what I wish I had ate, you know, how I did in school, what I wish I did in school, stuff like that. Like I just want to compare like what I actually want to what actually happened, and then how I can change things to make what I want to happen, if that makes sense. Like I just want to, because again, I feel like life can get away from us, and like the months just keep going by, and, you know, in a couple weeks it's going to be February, and I'm going to be like, where did January go? And I just want to be able to kind of like slow down, look at my life month by month, and be like, okay, this month you only ran 5 miles or something, and be like, why was that? Oh, maybe it was because, you know, it was freezing cold outside and you hate getting up early. Okay, how can we change that? Well, we can get some new leggings or something like that. Like that sounds kind of silly, but just like working through my problems, I guess, like my little like day-to-day tendencies, and just kind of like working through those and figuring out a way to like adjust, you know, things having to do with school or work or happiness or health or whatever on a month-by-month basis. I think that would be really good for me, and kind of maybe even like a little bit life-changing if you think about it, just to be able to like look at your life month by month. And my last goal, number 9, is to work on things a little bit more often. Small steps equals a big change. So, basically, I found this to be one of the truest things in my life, that if I work on things a little bit each day, like if I have a really big project coming up, it is so much easier and so much less stressful to like make a schedule of how you're going to work on that project and do like a little bit of that project each day or every other day or whatever, as opposed to waiting until the day before to start that project. Like it is so much better, and I feel like I just want that to like be kind of like the way that I operate in life. Like, I just want to be able to work on things a little bit each day, and then, you know, you get to a big result at the end. I think it was author Gretchen Rubin that said, what we do every day is more important than what we do once in a while, and that is so true. Like, I agree with that 100%, that the little things that we do every day is what really like shapes our life. So I don't know, I kind of just want to like stop worrying about like the things that I do like twice a year and focus on the things that I do every day, which is, you know, the tiny little habits that I have or don't have or whatever, and just work on things a little bit each day to, you know, one day come to that big result, whether that's, you know, being healthy or happy or completing a big project at school or at work or whatever. So basically those are my 9 goals. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it inspires you to kind of think about your goals. Maybe you'll take 1 or 2 of my goals and apply them to your own life or adjust them to yourself. Obviously these goals are super tailored to me. And, you know, they might not, you know, apply specifically to your life. But if you want to see these goals written out, you can head on over to the coordinating blog post. It's always linked below, along with my social media handles and yeah, my social media, my email, my blog post. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that your 2016 is off to a great start. Bye, guys.